it does self-driving on corners also?
Oh yeah, my car can do the whole thing.
Is that right? Even little roads like this?
Mm-hmm.
So it's sensing the stripe? Is that what it is? It's a stripe in the road it's sensing?
No, it's just looking like we do.
Huh.
The 8 cameras it has operating the car are essentially just like our eyes and brain looking around. It knows how to treat stop signs, just following our route and get us all the way to your destination.
But you're accelerating and braking.
Nope.
You're not?
It's all the car.
Come on.
Yep, foot's off the pedals. We'll come to a full stop and then accelerate on our own. It's just watching this guy to see what they're doing.
Unreal. Wow. What
There
is
we
this
go.
like brand new?
No, this system's been operating for a while. Constantly getting updates and improvements. This is version 12.3.6 on the software branch. Looking forward to hopefully seeing 12.4 dropping in another week or so. It's been improving for, now with this degree of capability, 4 or 5 years, maybe a little longer.
Is that right? I thought there was just something on the highways where it keeps you from going over other lanes. I had no idea slow around town stuff it's driving now.
Oh yeah. I mean, the city street side, to the degree of what it can do now, is relatively new compared to what you're describing. The highway autopilot's been around for much longer.
Yeah.
In fact, it comes standard with the vehicles. For the highway portion, autopilot, it doesn't change lanes. It's what you described. Basically, really good lane keeping. Once you get into full self-driving, what was originally Navigate on autopilot was simple highway lane changes and highway-to-highway interchanges.
Okay.
And then eventually, with what we have now, which is full city and highway control, it being able to interact with traffic, turn signals, merge, follow the route.
Wow.
It's quite crazy. Yeah.
It really is. It's got all the cars next to us I see and everything.
Yep. I can actually, I'm going to put this on full screen to show everything. And this is literally, again, just cameras. There's no LiDAR extra sensors contributing to this. It's just computer vision, deep learning computer vision.
And why do you have these this audio and this camera stuff here?
I'm a YouTuber that's been covering this, so this is for my YouTube channel, to capture the self-driving and customer interaction and such. And I've been presenting data reports to show how the versions have improved or degraded over time. Mostly improved, some regressions here and there. Just kind of monitoring the proof of concept for an actual RoboTaxi, which is Tesla's end goal. What they're now calling CyberCab is to have that autonomous taxi service. We're getting very close to where it makes sense for them to start actually testing it as a service.
Wow.
But currently it's still, the liability is on owners. We're required to be in the seat, paying attention. We have to satisfy the monitoring system by touching the wheel every now and then, which apparently is not going to be the case with 12.4. The steering wheel nag is supposed to be going away, according to Elon Musk. We'll see if that actually happens. It does still have the internal cabin camera up here that's watching me. So if I mess with my phone or if I'm looking away too much, it'll actually beep and say, pay attention to the road.
No way.
And if I get that 3 times, it puts me in what we in the community call autopilot jail, where you have to drive yourself until you park your car.
That is great.
Just trying to keep humans in line because people will get complacent and abuse it.
Wow.
You'll still get a DUI and everything for being a bad steward to it.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
But eventually, though, the end goal is that you could have your car come pick you up, hop in the back seat, and it takes you home. It's exciting to think about.
It's really amazing. Yeah, newest airplane's the TBM 960 with Autoland.
Autoland?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So it's 9 years been working with Garmin on it, and if the pilot's incapacitated, you just press one little button, a red button on the dash, and sit tight. Just put your, make sure your belt's on, and it calls ATC, refiles the flight plan to the nearest suitable airport with services. If you're going through any icing or weather, it puts all your de-icing stuff on. It loads the approach, flies the approach, has auto throttles, so it slows the airplane down, puts out the flaps, puts out the landing gear, flares the airplane, lands it on the center line, brings it to a stop, and then shuts the engine off.
That is incredible.
So all you do is get out.
That sounds like a much more intricate example of launch abort in rockets, where the capsule detects that there's a problem and the launch escape triggers, which sends the capsule off, activates parachutes, keeps the astronaut safe. Except arguably with the plane scenario, it's even more intricate because you're, again, factoring in flaps, landing, all of it.
Speeds,
Yeah.
landing on the center line of a runway, in crosswinds, making all the necessary.
I was gonna say you have to worry about your wind shear and such.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not wind shear at lower altitudes, but yeah, I mean, the amount of things that the system has to accomplish.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It really is. So you can't test it as a civilian. It's been tested hundreds of times by the factories, but because it's an official Mayday call.
Yeah.
So with that comes a report with the FAA and stuff like that. So
Yep.
a bunch of paperwork and that.
Yeah. On top of, or what I was gonna say, there's the eventual goal, as you could probably assume with this system, that it'll be able to detect an incapacitated driver, and then either pull over, or if for like whatever the code might be, like drive you to the emergency room or just drive you home.
Yeah.
Or if it detects that you're falling asleep, pull over to the side of the road.
Sure. Wow.
All kinds of things that are meant to improve safety and take the human error out of the equation. We haven't seen that stuff implemented. That's just like future hopes.
Yeah, it makes sense.
For it
Well, they got
to
the
do.
technology, right?
Yeah. It's been really fun to first person actually see it, test it, and once it got good enough and I got confident enough using it, you can probably understand this analogy better than most given how you monitor flight hours. I have over 1,400 operational hours on the system, so only while it's on. So that's like my time.
That's a lot.
Using. And this is my full-time work, and I'm using it as much as I can. And I have a system where when I put in my information for how it's used, it calculates the time based on average speed and gives me like a general operational time use.
Yeah.
And it's been fantastic to have that measure of experience and to be able to, what I was getting to, once I was comfortable enough with that much use, actually have actual customers in the car and see can it get you to your destination? Can it actually do it without me having to get involved?
Sure.
And so far on version 12, it's up until this update has been in the high 80s, 90% success rate. This particular update's had some regressions in its lane and path planning that's caused more failures, which means it might not have made a turn, or it decided to go to the right for no reason instead of doing this roundabout.
Yeah.
I consider those failed trips in the vein of testing.
It's doing the roundabout without your hands.
Right.
Something else. Wow.
Yes. It is quite incredible.
I just took a short video of that because I wanted it with your hands off, and it was just, I want to show it to my kids.
I love kind of feeling out customers too, because a lot of people, as you can imagine, they get in, headphones in, they're doing their thing, but I'll intentionally in moments like that, crack my knuckles or something to see if they just go, what? Wait, hold up. Most people just don't notice, because I'll often just kind of have my hand kind of resting near it, because the more I'm touching it, the more I feel the micro adjustments, and I can maybe get ahead of a weird behavior.
Tell me about override. So, is there an override button, or you can out power the thing?
Oh yeah, easily outpower.
Okay.
So
Same
that's
with
one way.
Autopilot on an airplane. We have to test that before we take off. We go and put the autopilot on and set a heading that's where we're not based, and then overpower it.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. I have 3 points of disconnection here, which are, with cruise control, just brake.
Okay.
That's one of the immediate, which is good because if you're in a scenario where you're gonna have to take over, it might be a heavy braking, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the other way that's a bit more simple and that I'm kind of just used to doing if I'm ending a trip is I just kind of come up and I hit the stock, which deactivates it as we're driving. Because taking control from the yoke, it's not too bad, but it can cause a slight jolt, just a little bit. So for smoothness, I just have a habit of just tapping the stock up, which gives the smoothest return of control. But you have 3 points of intervention there. Which is pretty nice. And then it's just that simple click back down and we're in.
Unreal.
What's also nice too is I could put my hand here, and if it was gonna cut even harder, my force against it would overpower it, preventing it from making that move. Those are little tips or tricks I've picked up in using it to keep the ride safe and smooth and preventing, I guess setting an extreme limit parameter based on where I put my hand on the yoke to prevent it from going further.
Tell me about the acceleration rate. Is that adjustable or just as one? Because it's accelerating pretty hard off the corners.
Yeah, the acceleration, it seems to be built into the software branch. I haven't noticed a difference based on the profiles you can choose between chill, average, and assertive. Those seem to really just control the following distance and your speed-based lane change adaptations.
I see.
But the acceleration, that's been something that some of the testers, there's about 1 million people that are using the system now and giving feedback. And I've personally enjoyed the ability for the car now to sort of shoot the gap, take its chance, and go. Because before it's been overly timid and would get bullied out of lane change scenarios or something by other drivers.
Right.
I think there's an interesting balance to strike there that's got to be a difficult thing to accomplish, because right now I think we're biased a little bit too much towards heavy acceleration. and heavy braking. I still prefer it as it is compared to what it was, but they are trying to dial it in because Tesla's also taking into mind accelerometer indicators and G-forces, like how much comfort are you getting from your left and right, your lateral Gs, your forward and back G, all of it. So I'm really curious. This 12.4 update is supposed to be a really big deal. We'll see. I'll be testing it.
Super cool. Good for you. How fun.
Yeah, if you are curious.
Video of the cars there. I think it's
yeah.
pretty cool how it shows, you know, every car at the intersection, what they're doing.
Including even like the parked cars and such, which is pretty cool.
That's just nuts.
And I can... This is the bird's eye view generated from stitching the 8 cameras together into a single video representation. Wow. Even showing the people walking over there.
Unbelievable. Pedestrians even.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll even show different little sizes of dogs sometimes as they're walking by.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. If it's something you're really interested in, though, that QR code's a direct link to my YouTube channel if you want to show your son and stuff.
For sure.
Do tons of FSD content.
Yeah, I love it.
If you'd like, this conversation would be a big hit too. I typically blur faces and keep names and everything out for privacy, but that's up to you.
That didn't bother me.
I definitely.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah, this, especially with your experience with aircraft. Is there any of that you would rather me not talk about? Is it like private?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
No, it's not.
I just want to be cognizant of that.
I didn't give you my tail numbers or.
That's fair. That's a good point. Well, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, likewise. Keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, just hold that top button there and push out at the same time.
Oh, that's the window.
You got it. It's just releasing from the frame. Just push out and the button together.
This button.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
This car's too ahead of me. I need like a door handle. All right, man. Thanks so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Take care. Oh, that is probably one of the most exciting interactions for sure. And if you're watching this video, if you or your son found it, thanks again for the conversation and for being okay with being on the channel. I'm sure the audience has loved it. I really enjoy these kinds of conversations. I'm a big engineering and technology geek, so getting somebody that has the sort of specialized information around the autopilot function in aircraft and being able to actually talk and compare the nuances between this system, and I think this is a one-way, so human error here, guys. Sorry, I don't really know how to get out of this dealership service area. But again, it's super fascinating, really fun conversation. I hope you guys liked that. Big shout out to my passenger, and shout out to your son as well. I hope you enjoyed the videos too, and yeah, maybe get a ride in the future and show you how we've advanced. But thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I will catch you on the next video. Take care.